That's Becky, along with Ross, the person formerly known as Ross the intern.
Yeah.
No longer. By the way, shout out to our listening family. He's been so kind on the Facebook page, celebrating that Ross is officially part of the full-time team here.
I know. I was just scrolling through the messages on the Facebook morning show group chat, and a lot of them were really happy, of course, but they really liked the nickname Ross the intern.
I know. You will always be Ross the intern in our hearts. Always, forever.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So that's Becky. Ross, I'm the old guy. Feeling even more old now. After I literally sat on a bench yesterday and talked about bird watching. And then I got up and I was like, this is a new level, Mark. We've entered another zone. Now.
Wow.
I was sitting with Chaplain Justin, to be fair.
There you go.
But he's an old soul.
He is.
Like, he's this wise old sage. And he's telling me about this, like, man, I got this bird watching app. And I'm like tracking all these birds.
That's awesome.
And I'm listening to their sound. And I'm getting sucked in. And then I'm like, what are we doing here? Two guys sitting on a bench.
We've been here an hour talking about birds.
Hey, in your defense, my 6-year-old is all about birds.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not just a wiser man thing. Maybe it's an inner child thing too.
I will say there was part of me and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fully apologize for this.
Good.
Because it's pretty amazing when you think about like all the diversity that God made.
Yeah. And talk about old though. You said bench. Where I thought your story was going was we were sitting on a bench, and I didn't know how much longer I was going to sit there because I didn't have a backrest. Because that's what I look for in a bench. Does it have a backrest?
That's actually true for me too.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Ready for some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
All right. I've been waiting to tell you about these three boys. They're first of all, they're incredibly brave. Their names are Ahmed, Nasir, and Preston. They're all 6 and 7 years old. They've become best friends in their stay at the Texas Children's Hospital in Houston.
Yeah.
All three of them are waiting for heart transplants.
What?
Wow.
And when I'm 6 years old, 7 years old, and when I mean waiting, one of them's been waiting 331 days.
What?
All the way up to one of the boys has been waiting 423 days.
Over a year.
Man. But they eat lunch together. They walk the halls together. They laugh together. You know, I mean, talk about having to kill time. Just, right, waiting and all the, procedures and all the stuff. Well, it finally came time. In fact, not just one, but all three boys received life-saving heart transplants within 10 days of each other.
No way.
Last month. So they've all been waiting like basically a year or more, and then it finally all happens for all three of them within 10 days
It's amazing.
of each other. One of the doctors, his name is Dr. Joseph Spinner. He was interviewed by ABC News. Here's what he said, though, about each one of these kids.
Each of these boys, the first thing that they asked was, well, when was their friend getting a heart and how is their friend doing?
Wow. That is so selfless.
Yes, right? I felt like when I heard that story, first of all, amazing kids, right? And almost miraculous, seems like, that they will all land at the same time because they've all been able to go out and have their little leaving the hospital celebration parties together. But I thought about that idea that for those of us who've had a relationship with Jesus, you know what it's like to have the spiritual heart transplant? And what if we live kind of with that same spirit that those boys had? But what about my friends? What about my neighbors? When are they going to get a new heart?
Wow.
That is our positive difference story of the day today.
Real people, real life. The KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
90.9 KLRC with Big Daddy Weave. Good morning. It's Mark, Becky, and Ross. So May is Autism Awareness Month, if I remember right. And you got to hang out with our friends from Ability Tree?
I did. A few days ago, Maddie came in. She's the director here, and she brought Matthew with her, who's one of the students who is a part of Ability Tree, and he's just the sweetest guy ever. But he really just blew me away with how he articulated himself and what he had to say.
I am one of the students who is participating in Connections Unlimited. Ability Tree, along with Connections Unlimited, helped me to keep most of my emotions in check and know whether or not something is a big problem or not. On top of that, I've made some friends from the past 6 years being here. Each one's progress is different. Sometimes we talked about financial problems and how to pay taxes and bills. This year, we talked about getting a job, and I managed to get one during the summer of last year. And so far, it has been nothing short of transformative, as well as the other things I've learned.
That's cool.
We sometimes do volunteer work out in our community. We help with the Assembly Church's food pantry, as well as cleaning some of the rooms there as well. There are even times when we have a cooking class for some of us. We also helped with community gardens and the tulip farm, as well as volunteering to help and clean at New Life Ranch.
Wow, they're not messing around.
We also have events where we have fun, one of which is Special Olympics, which is what Maddie mentioned earlier. It involves Ability Tree and other similar organizations who help people with disabilities get together for some sport-based events such as golfing, bowling, field, and track, and soccer. This also helps us feel better about ourselves and maybe even put some of our skills we've learned in Connections Unlimited to help with that. For the past few years, we've been going to John Brown University 2 times a week. Tuesdays we have chapel, and Thursdays we go to the health complex to work out while also having lunch there.
That's awesome.
We've had some faith classes as well, faith and character, as well as doing worship songs in the chapel at John Brown University. I remember during one of our faith and character classes that we talked about something, vertical love, which is the spiritual connection between an individual and God. This usually involves things such as prayer and reading God's word. Horizontal love, which is the relational love shared between people, involves treating others with kindness and compassion. These two bring a balance. Though there will be times when I'll be at Ability Tree next year, this is my last year for Connections Unlimited. I will be applying what I've learned for these past 6 years and be out in the community. Me and the current Ability Tree Executive Director, Maddie, have a saying we came up with together during one of our first and second years. And it goes something like this. Practice makes improvement rather than perfect. None of us can be completely perfect, but we certainly strive to be. Put it plainly, just simply be the best person that you can be.
Hello, Matthew.
So much wisdom.
Man, some truth bombs in there, too. That's so good.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
So yesterday, picked up my 6-year-old. It wasn't a good day at school.
Hard day yesterday?
It was a really hard day.
Oh,
yes.
Man, those are hard. Yeah.
And his teachers are like the best. They try to go out of their way to like make sure that, they're taken care of and staying safe, but we can't protect him from everything and everybody, right? So we're in the car and he's bummed because one of his classmates was making fun of him.
Man.
And
that's always,
mom mode. Think of the whole
inside. Like, do they know who they're messing with?
So I asked my 6-year-old, well, would you like me to talk to their mom?
Because you know who the mom is.
Yeah. We have a relationship. She's super sweet. And he's like, well, do you think that would make the situation better?
Wait a minute. So he said this?
Yes.
He's asking the right questions.
He's like, do you think it's going to help? And I'm like, what is happening right now?
He is awesome. He is so awesome.
So I was like, okay, maybe I just need to pause. And I did. I didn't message anyone. I did give his teacher more information.
Yeah.
Because I think the message she had received was different than what he was telling me, and I wanted her to have accurate information. Because she addresses things like immediately, which I appreciate. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pause, deep breath, and respect the teacher's position, and I know that she's going to do right by them to try to make it better. My kid isn't perfect. I know that. And a lot of times he is definitely at the root of what's going on. Right. I'm not ignorant to that. So his questions to me challenged me to just pause, and it's going to be fine. They're going to address it. And if we need to talk about it later, great. But I'm like, okay, is this going to make the situation better if I send a message? No. Is it going to, is this a good idea? Probably not. So,
meanwhile, Becky's been reading these psalms about like vengeance by the Lord, kind of thing, or some of those. First of all, man, if anybody ever questions, can God and His wisdom speak through a 6-year-old?
Yeah,
because it is, and it's so hard when people you love go through stuff that I can't fix this, or even shouldn't try to fix it.
Yeah,
and it's so hard not to want to interfere and jump in. But for him to, be able to be so wise to say, hey, what is this actually going to accomplish?
Exactly.
There's a lot of good wisdom in all that.
So much.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
I was in the car yesterday listening to this podcast on busyness.
Okay.
And the reason that I started listening to it is because I was working, 60 hours a week. And now I'm working 40.
And you're here full time now.
So you
have to do the whole 2-job thing. Yep.
And that's really nice. But I'm like, I don't feel super busy anymore. Like I know I have work and all this, but, I'm getting off 2-3 p.m. and I'm like, oh.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Before you were like working crazy hours.
Working till 7 and then I would just, go home and fall asleep and then repeat it. So I listened to this podcast. And this guy had a pretty interesting take. He was basically saying that sometimes our busyness can be a disguise for something else. He basically brought up C.S. Lewis and how he talked about how busyness can look productive, but at the end of the day, a lot of busyness is just, okay, there's this productive thing that I should be doing, but instead I'm going to focus on being quote unquote busy where I don't have to focus on that hard singular productive.
So kind of like avoiding. Interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
So that you can be busy, but really be about all the wrong things.
Yeah.
Or maybe not all the wrong things, but
it reminds me of Waking Up Again, right? That book I finished a couple weeks ago by Tim Timmons. And the biggest takeaway I had from that book was how he kind of closes with this statement around, don't be so busy working for God that you forget to work with Him.
Exactly. That's really good. And even that reminds me of like that Matthew 6 or 7 passage where he's just like this guy, he's at the pearly gates and God basically is like, why should I let you in? And he's like, oh, I did all these wonderful things in your name. I cast out demons and performed these signs. And he's just got this list of busy things.
Like spiritually busy stuff.
Exactly. But none of it had anything to do with God, I was working with you. It was all, I was working for you.
Yeah.
And, I think about this a lot. If whenever I talk to people about Christianity, one of my main questions is, okay, if you were to go to heaven right now and God were to ask you, hey, why should I let you in? If it's anything besides because your son died on the cross for me, if it's, I did all these mighty things in your name. I went to church all these different times. It's like we're way off.
Maybe that's why Jesus was so passionate about offering rest.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't burn yourself out in doing all this stuff on your own for, here's what I have to offer you.
Yeah.
A life that looks different.
Because if you stay busy, how are you going to have time to listen?
Right. Yeah. Or just like, hey, I'm trying to earn it here or accomplish it. Well, that's really good.
Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
Stop trying so hard.
Exactly.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
We were talking earlier this week, Ross and his awesome girlfriend Heidi have just celebrated their 1 year of dating.
Where everything is so sweet and so cute.
Ross has been getting
change.
Oh, brother.
Ross has been getting all kinds of unsolicited relationship advice around here lately.
100%.
All the time. I got another one for you.
Yeah.
What you will discover, especially as you guys stay together longer,
Okay.
that something that you thought was fine for years and just a normal thing you did may not be so.
Oh,
for
really?
example, for about 24 years of my life, I thought I knew how to eat. You know?
Said no man ever.
My mom taught me, I guess, I don't know, when do you learn how to eat? 6 months? I don't know, wherever that is. And I just have been eating perfectly fine for 24 years, and then we got married.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, you know, they say like marriage brings a big mirror up for you. And I guess I've not been eating well or quietly or something. And here we are, 27 years into it. Literally last night, a little Waffle Wednesday.
Yes.
And my sweet wife, in the kindest of tone, looks over and she's like, "You sure you want to eat that big of a bite?" And I'm sitting
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, "Oh, what in the world?"
How old am I?
Exactly. I'm a 51-year-old man.
Here's the thing. You got to enjoy your food. If it's loud munching or if it's big bites, you got to let the world know that you're
agree.
enjoying your
It's
waffle.
true.
For me, it's my milkshakes.
Right.
I slurp them up in like 5 seconds.
And the problem is, if I thought I'd been fine, I might have been like offended by it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, she kind of got a point, I guess.
This is a big bite.
Think about it.
This is perfect timing because just yesterday I was watching a clip from one of my favorite comedians, and she has advice for both of you guys. So listen to this. She starts it by describing how sweet it is to hear her daughter eating.
My daughter eats. She makes the cutest little eating sounds, especially when she was just learning how to do it. Like she would stuff all the food in her mouth, chew with her mouth open. It was the cutest little eating sounds I've ever heard in my entire life. If I even hear an ounce of saliva in my husband's mouth,
So true.
I lose my mind. The amount of saliva he creates while he's chewing, I
not
can't
alone.
even scientifically explain it. I don't know how he hasn't drowned yet. One time I got so annoyed, I was like, dry it up. Do you need a napkin or a chamois? He chews so loud. Like he could be in the other room eating, and I can hear it. I'll be like, what? What are you eating? What is that? Is that corn chips? Are you eating corn chips? A strawberry? That's how you eat a strawberry?
So true.
The worst is if it's cereal.
Oh, no.
Muggle. It's like the sound of the saliva meets the sound of the slurping of the milk with the crunch of the Cheerio. Anytime my husband eats cereal, I'm like, that's backyard food. You gotta eat that in the backyard.
KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC, the positive difference.
And your forecast?
Happy birthday!
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, go! HPPYBRTXDAY. Hey!
Your birthday forecast. Woo woo!
Or we could do birthdays too. Forgot about that. All right. It is Thursday, May 14th. Time for the Marketplace Grill Birthday Bash.
Happy 9th birthday to Audrey Korn in Fayetteville.
And Kinsey Tarkington turns 33 in Rogers today.
Forgive me if I mess up your last name, but Isabella Zangari
I think
turning
you got that
13
right.
in
That's pretty
Lowell.
good. Okay.
Awesome.
That's pretty impressive.
That's the only thing on the birthday forecast for today.
Okay. All three names go into the randomizer, and we've got a gift certificate for one of you to celebrate with our friends at the Marketplace Grill. Kinsey in Rogers.
Happy birthday, Kinsey.
Happy birthday.